Good day, my dear students, and welcome back here again in our physics class. And for this video, I'll be discussing parallel connection. So with that, when you say parallel connection or parallel circuits, it says here that all components share the same electrical nodes. It means that in terms of their voltage, they are all the same. Constant po ang magiging voltage po nila. Okay? Now, another thing for this parallel circuit is aside from sharing sila ng kanilang voltage, if one of the bulbs here are interrupted, these two or any of these two bulbs will not be corrupted. Okay? Again, for example, ito po, itong bulb 1 natin, na busted, nasira. Okay? These two, okay, hindi po siya ma-affected. Okay? Hindi ma-affected po yan. Now, for example, itong dalawa busted, ito pong nag-iisa natin bulb, hindi po siya ma-affected. So, that's another thing for parallel circuits, no? Now, the voltage is the same across all parallel components, and the total current is the sum of all the individual branch currents. So, dito po, dinidetermine po natin current. So, i-add natin siya. So, this for us to know if the current will vary. Kung magbabago ba o hindi. Okay? Because this helps us to determine that if there's an increase of resistance, there's a decrease in current. So, later, i-expound pa po natin yan. Now, please take note that the voltage is equal across all components in a parallel circuit. So, constant po siya. So, kung meron kang 9 volts from your power source, throughout the circuit mo, 9 volts lahat yan. Now, the total circuit current is equal to the sum of the individual branch currents, and for your resistance of all parallel circuit is less than any of the individual branch resistances. No? So, lagi siya nagle-less and nagba-varies po siya. So, magiging value ng resistors mo. Now, let's try on this one. So, it says here, given 3 resistors and a total electric potential of 180 volts, find the resistance, current, and voltage of the circuit. Now, by analyzing this table, pwede tayong gumawa ng table, no? Kapag may nahihirapan ka, pwede mong gayahin itong table na to. Okay? Then, analyze mo yung magiging diagram natin. So, meron tayo dito power source. Meron tayong resistors 1, 2, at 3. Now, paano natin siya kukunin? So, definitely, for us to able to get the total of resistance, we must solve it in a fraction form. So, definitely, for us to get the resistance total, ito po magiging sample formula mo. RT is equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. Ayan. And then the answer po niyan should be, okay, reciprocated. Okay? I-reciprocate po natin yan. Okay? And another thing na pwede ko pong ituro din sa inyo na mas madali, okay, na mas madali po sa atin ng pag-compute po ng ating resistance, you may also use this one. Much better naman din to. So, our resistance total is equals to, open parenthesis, and then in a fraction form, 1 over R1. So, yung R1 po natin, yun yung value po ng ating resistance. Plus 1 over R2, plus 1 over R3, so on and so forth na po yan. And then, close parenthesis, and then negative 1. Automatically po, mag-reciprocate po yung ating answer. So, try natin dito. So, may tayong 3 resistors. Gamitin natin itong inuro kong may exponent po ng negative 1. So, open parenthesis. And then, in a fraction form, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 5. And then mag-input po tayo ng exponent. negative 1. So as you can see here, yung pinaka answer na po natin dito is 0.967. Okay? 0.967 ohms. Okay? Yan na po yung pinaka-total natin. Okay? So, bakit tayo nagpa-fraction? Kasi sabi nga ngayon, ang resistance natin is less. So, nababawasan siya, no? So, input lang po natin dito, 0.967. Ayan. So, ito burahin lang natin kasi kailangan nito itong space later. Okay. Now, so R1, R2, R3 natin, pwede na po natin ilagay dito yung value of each resistors. So, pwede na po natin. For R1, we have 2 ohms. For R2, we have 3 ohms. And then for our resistance 3, we have 5 ohms. Now, what will be our current? So, definitely, we could not solve the current if without the another value. No, wala tayong voltage. So, yung total voltage natin, that is 180. O, so, lagay natin dyan, 180 volts. Okay? Now, dahil sabi po sa ating theory, yung voltage daw ay constant throughout the circuit. So, with that, yung 180 volts natin, ilalagay na po natin yan sa throughout the table. No? V1, V2, at V3. So, lagay natin yung 180 volts, 180 volts, and then 180 volts. Now, for us to get the total of resistance, okay, ang gagawin po natin is identify po natin yung current. Okay? Okay, again, correct ko ha, yung sinabi ko kanina. For us to get the total of current, we must first find the individual current of each resistor. So, paano po yon? Using the Ohm's law formula, ito, gamit tayo ng triangle, voltage over current multiplied to resistance. So, dahil po nawawala ang ating current, X natin yan, i-divide po natin ang voltage kay resistance. Okay? Now, doon tayo sa voltage 1 and resistance 1, 180 divided by 2. This will give us an answer of 90. Followed by 180 divided by 3. The answer will be 60. And then last, 180 minus divided by 5. This will give you an answer of 36. Okay? And with that, for you to get the total of current, you just simply add 90 plus 60 plus 36. This will give you an answer of 186 ampere. Okay? So, to double check kung tama po ang ating total resistance, pwede nyo pong gamitin nito ito. So, yung voltage resistance po natin na total, 180. I-divide po natin siya doon sa resistance total na 0.967. This will give us an answer of 186.1. So, tama po. Parehas po, nakita nyo naman sa ating calculator at sa ating table, parehas po tayo. So, that's how you're going to double check it. Okay? Next. So, given two resistors to 3.5 ohms and 4.2 ohms and a total electric potential of 200 volts, find all the following values if the resistors is connected in a parallel. Ayan. So, wala po tayong diagram or circuit, no? Pero dito sa sample problem natin, naka-emphasize na in a parallel. So, parallel po ang gagamitin po natin, no? So, again, given two resistors, so para makuha po natin yung resistance total, first identify mo natin yung mga resistors po natin. So, R1 natin, that will be 3.5. Sorry. 3.5. And then R2 natin, that will be 4.2. Now, for us to get the resistance total, again, this is a parallel, so you will not add. So, gagawin po natin, lalagay po natin siya in a fraction form. So, with that, 1 over 3.5 plus 1 over 4.2, and then lagay po tayo ng exponent na negative 1. Ayan. Oh. Negative 1. This will give us a resistance total of 1.91. Okay? 1.91. Lagay natin dito. 1.91 ohms. Now, do we have a voltage of total? Or a total voltage? Yes, we have a total voltage of 200 volts. So again, according to the theory of parallel circuit, it says that the total voltage of a parallel circuit must be always constant. So voltage 1, voltage 2 natin consider as 200 volts. 200 volts natin, lagay natin yan. Okay. Now, for us to able to get the total current, kailangan natin ma-identify yung each current po per resistor. So, gagawin natin using the Ohm's law. Sa pyramid tayo dito. Again, voltage over current multiplied to resistance. Dahil nawawala po ating current, i-divide po natin ng voltage kay resistance. Ayan. So, 200 divided by 3.5. This will give us an answer of 57. And then 200 divided by 4.2. This will give us an answer of 47.6. So, lagyan natin 47.6. Okay? And with that, we can add 57 plus 47.6. This will give us an answer of 104.6. To double check kung parehas po, kung tama po ang ating total resistance, okay? Divide lang natin 200 divided by 1.91. This will give us an answer of 104.7. So ito, lumabas ito 104.7, no? So there will be some adjustment na mangyayari po dito. But still, our value po dito is 104. So kung meron po tayong decimal na hindi nag-match po sa ating decimal, we can double check again our individual current, no? Para po magparehas po. So dito po mangyayari, ulitin lang natin yung computation natin. Erase natin to. Erase natin yan. So, ito yung initial natin, 104.6. So, ulitin natin to. 200 divided by 3.5. This will give us a 57.1. Lagay natin to. 57.1. Okay, and then the other one, 47.6. So I think this will do 57.1 plus 47.6. Okay, so still we have a 104.7. What if we round it off to 48? Pwede naman din po yun. So round off natin ito. Instead of 47.6, let's turn it to a 48. 48 po natin yan. And with that, 57.1 plus 48, this will give us a 105. So, tatanggapin na po natin tong 105.1 because this answer of 104.6, kapag ni-round off po natin yan, this will give us a exactly 105 amperes. So, accepted na po ito. Okay? So, ganun pong gagawin natin, no? Ima-match po natin yung ating current total at check natin yung magiging pagtanggap po ng mga value natin pagdating sa decimal para hindi din po tayo malilito. Okay? So, again, check natin, try ulit natin to. Ayan. So, we have here, try nyo naman to. I'll give you siguro a minute for each. Or you can pause this video para masubukan nyo. Okay? So, bigyan lang ako ng 1 minute. Kung kulang pa, pause nyo lang. And then, after that, play nyo ulit para makita nyo yung magiging kung tama yung sagot nyo. Okay? Alright, so dito tayo sa identify mo natin yung numbering, no? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and then we have 4. Ayan. So dito tayo sa 1 muna. Sa 1, identify lang po muna natin yung mga given values, no? Okay. Pag sabi mong REQ, this is the resistance total. Okay. And then we have V1, V2, current total, I1 and I2. So dito po ang mangyayari po, voltage 1 natin, voltage 2, sabi nga po constant, definitely this will be 24 volts. 24 volts. Okay? Our resistance total, so sa resistance total po natin, ang gagawin lang po natin dito ay in a fraction. So 1 over 12 plus 1 over 24. The exponent tayo 1 ng negative 1. Our resistance total is 8. Now for us to get the current, okay po, so we just simply divide. Divide lang natin. So 24 divided by 8. This will give us an answer of 3 for resistance total, no? 3. Sa current naman po natin, okay? Sa current naman po natin, each natin. So with that, 24 divided by 12 ohms. So, sa current I natin, 2. And then, current 2, 24 divided by 24. This will give us an current of 1. So, kapag inad natin yan, 2 plus 1, this will give us an answer of total of current na 3. Okay? Next, gawin naman po natin siya dito sa ating number 2. So, makikita po natin dito, okay? Makikita natin dito, ito po yung current total. Okay? So, lagyan natin siya dito, current total. Okay. Now, as you can see, unknown po ang ating voltage. Okay? Unknown ang ating voltage, total voltage. Now, for us able to get the total voltage, kunin mo muna natin ang total resistance. Okay? And with that, fraction ulit tayo. So, 1 over 20 plus 1 over 20. And then exponent tayo ng negative 1. This will give us an answer of total of 10. 10 ang ating total resistance. Now, para ma-identify po natin ang ating current in each resistance po, ang gagawin lang po natin dito ay i-multiply. So again, using the 4 ohms law formula, okay, V over current multiplied to resistance. Now, dahil nawawala pong ating voltage, multiply po natin. So, 4 times 10. Okay, 4 times 10. This will give us an answer of 40. So, doon sa I2 natin, 4 times 10, 40. So, para saan na value? Definitely, if we are going to identify, okay, the voltage one, definitely,
ang nangyayari po, i-divide na po natin. Okay? I-divide lang natin. Tama ba? Multiply lang din pala natin. Multiply lang din natin kasi ang 40 ang I1 natin, current natin is 40. Ang resistance natin is 10. So with that, wala pa rin tayong voltage 1. So tingin tayo dito sa resistance 1. 40. Multiply natin to sa 20. So the voltage 1 is 80. Okay, so definitely our voltage total is also 80. Ayan. Okay? Next. Dito naman po, alamin natin dito ang resistance. So wala po ating resistance 1 and resistance 2. At makikita po natin dito, andito yung ating 2 amperes for resistance 1 and 1 ampere for resistance 2. So, identify lang natin yung mga value. So, resistance 1 natin, we have 2. Resistance 2, we have 1. Our total voltage, okay, is 6 volts. So, 6 volts natin, total voltage. Lagay natin dito sa V1 at V2. Total current, definitely 3 pag in-add po natin yan. Now, for us to get the individual resistance with the use of Ohm's law formula, so ang gagawin lang po natin, i-divide lang po natin. So, 6 divided by 2. For R1, this will give us a 3. And then 6 divided by 1. Okay. This will give us an answer of 6. Okay, so dito pa rin nakita na po natin, no? If there's a increase of resistance, there's a decrease of current. So kung kita nyo, meron tayong 6 resistance dito, ang ampere natin ay 1. Meron tayong 3 resistance, so 3 ohms, ang ampere natin is 2. So nakikita nyo, nagpa-fluctuate sila, no? And with that, we may now get the total resistance. 1 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 6. So, fraction lang natin yan. And then we put an exponent of negative 1. This will give us an answer of 2. Okay? So, dito, nakita natin that even if we're going to divide 6 divided by 3, this will give us an answer of 2. No? Now, proceed tayo dito. Okay, proceed tayo dito. So, dito, ang nawawala po sa atin dito ay amperes of each resistor. So, identify lang ulit po natin. Okay, total resistance. So, total resistance po tayo. 1 over 5 plus 1 over 20 plus 1 over 4. Then exponent tayo ng negative 1. This will give us a total of 2. Now, voltage total po natin, definitely, constant tayo, 40, 40, and then 40. Now, for us to get each current, we just simply divide. So, 40 divided by 5, this will give us an answer of 8. Next, 40 divided by 20, 2. And then 40 divided by 4, this will give us an answer of 10. So, add lang po natin 8 plus 2 plus 10. Okay, we got 20. For us to get, kung tama po, we just simply divide. Okay, 40 divided by 2. So, the answer of the current total natin is 20. No? So, makikita nyo po, dito sa ating, emphasize ko na lang din. Sa ating, pagdating sa current, bagay natin yung kulay. Ayan, no? So, sa current 1 natin, we have 8. It means that medyo higher, no? Kasi yung resistance natin is 5. Atong 2, bumaba yung current natin. Bakit? Kasi mataas yung kanyang resistance, which is 20. Okay? And then, dito po, yung resistance natin na 4, 10. So, makikita mo, 10, 8, 2. No? So, mababa yung resistance. Tandaan nyo palagi pag mataas ang resistance, may mababang current. Okay? Kapag may mataas na current, may mababa na resistance. Okay? So, it doesn't mean na kailangan mataas palagi ang resistance ko para yung current niya ay mababa. So, it varies and depends on the situation and depends on the equipments. Kasi baka meron kang mga devices dyan na kailangan ng mataas na current and less resistance. And then, may ibang devices naman na mas kailangan ng maraming resistance and less current. Kasi tandaan nyo, ang current is electric flow. So, kung baka di naman niya kailangan ng maraming kuryente, is sinobrahan mo, pwedeng mag-cause ng overheat yan. Okay? Iba naman, kapag sumobra koonte, pwedeng maging underload yan. Pag sabi underload, usually masyado mababa yung kanyang binibigay na kuryente, hindi niya kinakaya. Pwede masira din po yun. No? Masyadong presado ang mga kalalabasan. Okay? Now, with that, to summarize this parallel connection, please always remember that the current flows through multiple branches, allowing components to operate independently. Yung sabi ko po sa kanina, na if one of the bulbs are interrupted, the rest of the bulb in the circuit will not be corrupted. And with that, the voltage remain the same, which ensuring consistent power delivery. The current splits among branches compared in a series po, di ba po sinasabi natin na constant, dito naman po ay nag-i-split. Okay? Nahati ang kanilang current, and definitely this current depends on the resistance load. Now, adding component does not increase total resistance. So, adding more branches reduces overall resistance, allowing more current to flow. And if one part stops functioning, the other branches continue to operate of the parallel circuit. So, okay? So, ayan po yung pinaka summary po ng ating lesson. So, if you have any questions, just simply comment or directly message me and I'll be happy to assist you. No? So, this will be the end of my video. See you on the next.